When it released on the 2nd of March 2020, Lifeguard by Zach112 became an instant classic. Because of its highly immersive gameplay, it became very popular with gamers, including the speedrunning community. Many well-known speedrunners began running the game shortly after its release, and the world record has been lowered countless times. Nowadays, the Lifeguard speedrunning community is split into 4 categories: Glitchless, any percent, Chungus 100%, and Chungus any percent. Let's take a look at these categories and see how Lifeguard speedrunning has changed over time. The glitchless run involves playing through the game normally without abusing any glitches to skip past the game. Because of the game's high difficulty, this world record is very respected. The current holder of this world record is a respected speedrunner in the Lifeguard speedrunning community known as Jorma85. The any percent run involves beating the game as fast as possible with no limitations. This often involves using glitches to skip past parts of the game. One bug discovered soon after release was the air jump bug, which meant that gamers could jump while in the air if they performed a very specific set of button inputs. Here's an example. Another glitch used in the any percent run is the wrong warp, which allows the player to win the game after beating just one level. The current holder of the any percent world record is a well-known speedrunner called Desis. The final boss of the game, Big Chungus, has become very liked in the Lifeguard speedrunning community because of its unique gameplay mechanics. This has led to some runners exclusively running the final boss battle, which leads us to our next 2 categories. The Chungus 100% category requires the player to beat the boss normally, picking up the gamer fuel power-up on the left, going underneath Chungus when he jumps, and pressing the button. This run can be very tricky due to the boss's Dark Souls-esque difficulty. The current holder of the Chungus 100% world record is Hirlbert, with a time of just 3 minutes and 6 seconds. The Chungus any percent run involves abusing a bug in the game's code, where the button to end the level doesn't require the player to press it, but instead any item touching it. The record was lowered when it was discovered that a flaw in Chungus's AI caused him to jump immediately when the game started, giving the player just enough time to run under him. The current holder of the Chungus any percent run is Eversty, one of the game's developers. Guys, I have a special announcement to make. We have a Discord server now. Come vibe with us there. It is a very epic server, and we even have the real Big Chungus on our server.